Hello, everybody and everybody in between. All ladies and gentlemen and everybody in between.
All at once, everywhere. One.
I'm Levi.
I'm Howie.
And this is Northwest Magic. And we are here
Today
to talk
we're going to
about...
talk about Ahoy Mateys from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan pre-constructed
I should just do this by myself.
Commander decks. Wow, we're having fun. I'm enjoying this. I think that we should add 10 cards to this list and cut 10 cards so that we're still at 100.
We're upgrading this deck. Y'all know how it is right now. We're like SoundCloud rappers out here. Y'all already know who it is. Admiral Brass.
You know what it is.
Unsinkable. 2 blue, black, red. That's Grixis. When they enter the battlefield, you mill 4 cards. So that's neat. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may return target pirate creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It has base power and toughness 4/4. It gains haste until end of turn. So actually, really not too bad. You can pull things out of your graveyard, and it gets to attack right then and there. It's also 4/4 base, so that's pretty solid.
Super solid.
Yeah. So we thought, hey, you know what? Let's take advantage of this. Let's have some stuff that has some good ETBs, some good attack triggers, stuff like that. So, let's get on to our 10 ads. We are adding 10 cards. And we wanted to be on theme a little bit for this one. So I'm going to add one Wash Away. It's 1 blue with Cleave. 1 blue. You may cast this spell for its cleave cost. If you do, remove the words in the square brackets. So you counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. So you just basically, if you pay the 1 blue, you get to get rid of the brackets part. So yeah, it's pirate themed.
It's pirate themed. Pirates.
And hey,
so,
you know what?
like,
if somebody has some graveyard stuff or whatever, or exile stuff, sweet, you can just cast 1 blue. It's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to keep talking about this kind of stuff for now, because I think the most important part of this deck we need to add is counter spells, which we do not have in the precon for some reason in a blue deck. So also on theme, just to be a little bit on theme, it's called Hornswoggle, 2 and a blue. For an instant counter target creature spell, you create a treasure. It's super simple. It's solid, a little bit narrow, but you know what? Most commanders are creatures. So make some enemies out there by countering people's commanders,
You get a little something out of it, it's I would understand if you use that other counter spell that gives you mana after you counter it. What is it called? It gives you colorless mana for the amount that you countered it for.
Mana Drain?
Mana Drain, yeah.
Mana Drain doesn't have a pirate on the art.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
More on theme stuff, which is a very cool card that came out of the Jumpstart 2022, I believe it was. A pirated copy, 4 and a blue. It's a shapeshifter pirate. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a pirate in addition to its other types. And it has whenever this creature or another creature with the same name deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Very cool copy. It's a pirate, so it's going to get all the benefits of your pirates. And you'll be able to return it to the battlefield as well as base 4/4. It's just overall pretty darn sweet.
It's cool. A little bit of card draw too.
A little bit of card draw, yeah.
I'm going to talk about, I don't know if you know this, Levi. I'm going to talk about Glinthorn Buccaneer.
I don't know.
You don't know what I'm about to say. I don't know if you know what I'm about to say.
I probably don't.
Spoilers.
You are an
It's enigma, 1 red.
Howie.
So it's 3 mana for a Minotaur pirate. It's got haste. It's a 2/4. When you discard a card, Glinthorn Buccaneer deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then it has an ability for 1 and a red. Discard a card, draw a card. Activate only if Glinthorn Buccaneers is attacking. Now, there's a card already in the deck. You don't know this.
I
It's
just
called
don't know this.
It's called Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. It's the blue partner
Had no
pirate.
idea he was in this deck at all.
Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, you create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage. It doesn't say combat damage, just damage. So that's a 2-card infinite combo right there.
Woo!
You make the treasures, you sack them, you pay for the Glinthorn Buccaneer thing to get more treasures to sack them, and you just do that 40 times. As long as you have more than 40 cards in your library, you win, which you should. I don't think you're going to get below 40 that easily.
Pretty
even without that
combo.
Even without that, super solid include. Puts the pressure on the game and helps you loot through your deck.
Oh yeah, this deck
On
needs all the help it can get, in my opinion, too. Yeah, super cool interaction. I love that kind of stuff. Love it. We are adding something that was pretty cool that I just found out about when we started to make this list. Was Protein Raider. 1 blue and a red. It's a shapeshifter pirate with raid. If you attacked with a creature this turn, you may have Protein Raider enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Honestly, most copies average around 4 or 5 mana, so really cool to see a 3 mana one. And you're going to be attacking a lot anyway with this deck, and getting a copy of something is pretty darn solid.
Yeah.
For 1 mana less, basically.
And it's any creature on the battlefield. It doesn't have to be yours.
Yeah, and that's really on theme for the deck, because
cool.
a lot of the times you're stealing other people's creatures, you're making copies of other people's creatures. That's just how pirates are.
That's right. I want to talk about Siren's Ruse. It's 1 and a blue for an instant. It says exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If a pirate was exiled this way, you draw a card. So there's some versatility there. You can use this as a protection sort of spell to blink your creature. You're going to draw a card. Like, no matter what, you're going to draw a card. You can use it to get rid of the finality counter on your creatures if you need to. Like, you might want to. Who knows? There's some logistics there, I bet. Yeah, I don't know. That's really it. It's just super solid. It's on theme because there's a little siren-y, piratey looking creature, demon, shape of water looking guy right there. And
yeah, that's pretty.
It's just solid include.
There's a lot of good
although
ETBs.
It's not a counter spell, it's an interaction. Yeah, there's some good ETBs too. So
yeah,
your commander has an ETB.
Yeah, it does. Along with all these triggered abilities, and I think just one that we can't not add is Roaming Throne. It's 4 mana artifact golem, War 2. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. It is the chosen type. If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. There's quite a few attack triggers and ATBs in this deck, so all your pirates just having all these triggered abilities is just going to do it a second time. Roaming Throne is just one of the better cards to come out of this set period, so it helps with all these tribal decks.
And your commander has 2 triggered abilities, so
it'd be
really cool. It would be really cool in the curve to go like a Roaming Throne, and then immediately into a Beckett. What? Admiral Brass, unsinkable. So then you mill 8, which is good because then you can start returning pirates that you're more likely to hit. So that's pretty cool for free.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my turn to add a card?
Yeah, Howie. Yes, you may. You may add one.
We're going to make this a little bit high power. We're going to add Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer. I think I lied. I think I told you we were going to add this last. I'm adding it now. I'm so excited. Legendary creature, Monkey Pirate. Good type line. It's a 2/1. When it deals combat damage to a player, you create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library.
Player's library.
Until end of turn, you may cast that card, and it has dash for 1 and a red, which means you cast it for its dash cost. If you do, it gets haste, and then you return it to your hand. That's an end step. So it does a lot of pirate themed stuff. Everything we're adding is really basically pirate themed, but like in a way that's pretty good. So
yeah, bet y'all didn't know this was a pirate.
You get to make treasures. Yeah, you get to make treasures. It's a pirate, so you get your pirate stuff. going, and you can steal people's stuff with exiling off the top of their library. It's like impulse giving, taking.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you have Roaming Throne out, Ragavan deals damage.
Oh my god.
You create 2 treasures and 2 exile, and you get to exile 2 cards. Like, really, really good. He pays basically for his own dash cost at that point. So, he's just very good in this deck. Super
solid.
Speaking of high power, I don't know if you guys knew if this was a pirate either, but Dockside Extortionist. It's a goblin pirate for 1 and a red. He has an amazing ETB. When he enters the battlefield, create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. So he can come into the battlefield, die, then come back with Admiral Brass, and you can do it all over again. You'll have a bunch of treasures. And then if you have Roaming Throne out...
Quadruple the treasures.
Yeah, you make a lot of treasures. So
it's really good.
It's just
really good.
He's a pirate. You can't not put him in here. No one can blame you for that.
Yeah. He's consistently going to make you a good amount of treasures, which is mana, and I mean, reasonably, like, I could see him make 4 to 8 most times he hits the battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the best rituals in the game. Let's call him that. Let's just call him what he is. He's a ritual.
Creature ritual.
He's a creature ritual.
I think we're adding one more. Kitesail Larcenist.
Yeah,
2 and a blue.
cool. This
is a
neat.
new card.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Flying in Ward 1 for a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, for each player, including yourself, choose up to 1 target artifact or creature that players controls. Up to 1, so you don't have to pick yourself. For as long as it remains on the battlefield, the chosen permanents become treasures and lose all of their abilities. So it's like pseudo removal. It's pretty cool. This is really cool with walking. What? Roaming Throne. Have we been saying walking?
No. We've been saying Roaming Throne.
Okay, so if with this in the chair, you get to like make like 6 things into artifacts.
We've been calling it Roaming Ballista this whole time, actually.
Roaming Ballista when it enters the battlefield, choose pirates. Anyway, Kitesail Larcenist is cool, and you should add it.
Yeah, it's really good value for the removal that it gives. Like, that's good mana to removal value, I would say. Good ratio.
I would say so too.
Yeah, you're giving him something in return, but I don't know. It's pretty solid still.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I think those are it, correct? I don't think we have any more.
Let's cut. Number 1. Evacuation. It's a instant speed board wipe, but it hits you too, and we don't like that. So it's 5 mana, return all creatures to their owner's hands. Don't want to do that. Really just don't want to do that.
I just don't want to do that right now. No, I almost never want to. Not with, like, just travel decks in general. Sorry. Just don't want to.
Not a fan.
One that I think is so awesome, but we can't really have right now in this deck. It needs to be its own commander. Is Dawn Andress, the Renegade. 1 blue, black, red. Vampire Pirate. Each creature you control but don't own gets +2/+2, has Menace and Death Touch, and is a pirate in addition to its other types. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell you don't own, create 2 tapped treasure tokens. So this just needs to be kind of in its own deck with, like, maybe some exile other people's stuff, effects like a Atali, for example. I think Atali Primal Conqueror would go pretty well.
Not in the right colors, but it's sick.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has green. You'll only be able to
green.
use the other Itali. We can't use Primal
You can
Conqueror.
use cards like Share the Spoils, but this isn't a deck tech on Dawn himself.
Yeah, he
is super cool.
He's cool, and
I don't think there's very many stealing things here. There are, and we added like Ragavan, but like you want a more consistent package in that regard, and
yeah,
we're just here for the pirate value.
It'll be its own thing. What else?
You know, I'm gonna delete. Oh, good God. Oh my good God. I'm gonna get rid of Captain Lannery Storm. Yeah, she's 3 mana, haste, 2/2. When she attacks, make a treasure. When you sack a treasure, she gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Low impact, not good enough.
Not good enough.
It feels like a vanilla creature with a couple words on it, if that makes sense.
The haste isn't horrible on her. You know, she gets you a treasure. But, yeah. She's probably just going to die. She's 2/2 with no evasion.
Not the biggest fan. Yeah, and her ability when she sacks treasures and gets bigger, it's like it doesn't make her toughness bigger, so she's still very vulnerable.
Yeah, she'll probably just end up dying, but I could see why you'd want to keep her in, but we just had to cut her. Another one, Azure Fleet Admiral, 3 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. There's that god dang Monarch again. Azure Fleet Admiral can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. Get it out of here.
This is really cool in a Monarch deck and nowhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, again. Just put it in a Monarch deck. Don't put it in here.
You'll always get the Monarch back with this, but it's just not worth it.
Yeah. What else?
You know what else isn't worth it, Levi?
A lot of things.
Oh god, Departed Deckhand. When it becomes the target of a spell, it's what, 2 mana? When it becomes the target of a spell, you sacrifice it. End of story, hard stop, dead card. It can't be blocked except by spirits. Big deal. 3 and a blue, another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits. Big deal.
If I'm playing Kaikar, good luck.
We're kind of going.
Doesn't matter.
Going wide. We're not really going that tall where we need 1 card to get through.
4 mana is a lot, too, to make it evasive by everything but one creature. And Spirit is like... I'd even go as far to say Spirit is not super uncommon to come by either. Like, there's quite a few Spirits in the format.
Yeah, I'd say so, too.
I mean, I'm not saying, it's not like crazy. You're still going to get it more times than not, but still. 4 mana is a lot.
Everyone's running Kukusho these days. Dragon Spirit.
This is on theme, but we had to cut it because equipment usually sucks. Arm-mounted anchor for 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw 2 cards. Then discard 2 cards unless you discard a pirate card. Equip 2. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. I don't like that.
I don't like anything about this.
If it was equipped,
it's fine.
Pirate for free, maybe. Like, just I don't care. Why do I have to have fewer than 1 cards in hand?
Yeah, it feels clunky.
Like, I think this would actually be good if you got to equip a pirate for free. Maybe you had a normal equip, but equip pirate. Like that would be my fix for this.
Yeah,
but no, bad. No.
I'm going to cut Fathom Fleet Captain. It's 1 and a black for a human pirate menace. 2/1. That 1 is bad. When it attacks, if you control another non-token pirate, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. It is totally
This was not
fine.
Like horrible.
Oh, look at the lights on my blinds. That's a cool little setup right there.
It looks like a big F.
Yeah.
For failure. For fool.
Fool.
Cut
something else.
No, it isn't really. It really isn't too bad, but yeah, tough one. Stormfleet Negotiator for 2 and a blue. Siren Pirate. Parlay. Whenever Stormfleet Negotiator attacks, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, you create a map token. Then each player draws a card. We're giving people things to draw. We don't want to do that. Nope. No. And we just get stuff that explores. Map tokens let you explore. I don't remember exactly. I don't know how much mana it costs to do it.
1 and tap and sacrifice.
Yeah. 1 tap sack. And you get to explore. Stormfleet Negotiator. I don't want to give anybody anything. Next.
Good.
Oh, good.
I can't stop yawning. I'm so sorry, Levi/audience. King Narfi's Betrayal. 1 blue and a black for a saga. It's an enchantment, as sagas are. The first chapter says each player mills 4, then you may exile a creature or planeswalker card from each graveyard. Okay. And then chapter 2 and 3, until end of turn, you may cast spells from among cards exiled with it, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. You get to like seal stuff a little bit, but I don't like it. You don't like it. We all don't like it. You know?
Yeah, lower impact again. That's just like what I would say for it. Doesn't really add a whole lot to it. So, yeah. And then I think we just have a land, Nephilia Drown Yard.
I was so happy to see that Temple of the False God wasn't in here, so we didn't have to cut it a fourth time, guys.
We didn't have to. It doesn't come in tapped, which is kind of nice, but for 1 and blue and a black, tap, target player mills 3 cards. It's kind of a lot to ask for to just mill 3 cards.
Yeah. For 3 mana elsewhere, you can mill like 14 from each opponent or something, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's way better ways. You got like Mind Crank or something. I don't remember what that card does. It just comes to mind.
Cranks it out, brother.
It's something. I might be completely wrong here. Anyway,
did we add and delete and get rid of and murder 10 cards?
Yes, we did.
Add Ragavan. Anyway, hey guys, I was Howie today. That was Levi. We were Northwest Magic. We talked about some Ahoy Mateys. You know what I'm saying?
Howie's delirious. He's been up for way too long.
Dude, I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry I've been yawning, but I'm exhausted. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me about your comment. Comment to me about how much I'm tired.
If you subscribe, Howie will get more sleep. Bye.
It's true. Bye.